Hello, year six. Welcome to Tuesday's art lesson. So today we are continuing with our art work that we started yesterday. We're on lesson 2, and today we're thinking about how to create a 3D effect using pencil. So we are aiming to develop our skills in pencil, shape, and form. Now we're continuing to learn as well about Picasso. He was our featured artist that you learned about yesterday through your biography work of that. So, as I said, our artist focus is Pablo Picasso. Have a think now. What can you remember about him from yesterday? Go through in your head, pause the video if you like, and come up with some things that you can remember from yesterday. So, today, in order to draw, we must develop our skills in 3 areas: pencil, shape and form, shape and texture. And I'm going to go through some of those now. So, learning the skill of drawing. Where do you think you are? So here we have pencil progression in drawing, and this is working from early years, so reception and nursery, all the way up to year 6. You can see in early years we aren't used to be able to hold a pencil, okay, and begin to show accuracy and care when drawing. In year 1, I want you to know a bit about the different gradients in pencil. So an HB, a B, and a 2B have different strengths, different levels of shade as you colour with them. And then in year 2, we're adding an extra grade, 4B. Okay, so know how to create detailed drawings of textures and patterns. Know how to add dimension to draw using tone and value to create form. So we're beginning to create a 3D effect. So can you see the apple there and how we're trying to use shading to create that 3D effect? In year 3, know which pencils create which tone, so picking between them. Okay, know how to add dimension to drawing using tone. Okay. Know which pencil to choose for the purpose needed. So this is where you are now making an artistic decision in year 4. Which pencil should you use? How is that going to impact on my work? In year 5, know the correct tool, purpose, tone, value. And then in year 6, making selections, and that's where we want to aim to be. Now, some of you might think, I don't know, I'm not even sure about some of the different shading techniques, and that's fine. But we're building towards this, and what we want, and this is where the difference comes in year 5 and 6, is you making decisions. Now, of course, the other thing is you're at home, so a lot of you will only have access to the pencil that was sent home. That's fine, it's not a problem. We're not expecting you to go out and buy art pencils, but we're helping to educate you about it, okay? So, a B grade means the core has more graphite and will make a bolder, darker line. So we think B, bolder, darker, and also be a little smudgier than a light pencil. So we look at these are darker. Can you all see that, how dark those colours are? Smudgier, they're easier to smudge or shade with by using your thumb or finger. And H grade means the core has more clay and will make a lighter, finer line and will be less smudgy. So there's more clay in the pencil lead. It used to be lead, it's called referred to as lead, but it's not made of lead anymore. So here you can see in the middle is HB because it's part clay, part graphite. Okay, they're all part clay, part graphite, but the HB is more of a split. Okay, so tone is the relative scale of light to dark values in an image. So what we mean by that is the difference between the light and the dark and how you move between them. It is vital to creating depth and solidity in a drawing or painting. So when we want to create that 3D impact, we need to include tone. Texture is the way something feels. So as we're drawing, we want to get that idea of how it might feel to hold in our hands. An orange, if you look at an orange or a tangerine, they're not perfectly smooth, so we'd want to include some of that in our drawing. Value simply means how light or dark something is. So you can pause this if you want at this point. Have a go using an HB pencil, which I believe is the ones we sent home. It doesn't really matter, it could be a different type of pencil. Have a go at using different shading techniques and see whether you can move between light and dark. Okay. So looking at these, obviously if we were in the classroom, I'd ask you to tell me what you noticed, but looking at this, can you see how the shading is used to create 3D impacts? The shapes look like they're in front of a wall or on a surface. We have elements of shadow in here. We have the curve. So we would assume the light is over here in this area because the shadow is going that way. So very carefully, very thoughtfully drawn. They've not just done all dark or all light. They've thought carefully about where the dark is. So the dark is on this side of the ball because the light's hitting the sphere here, not getting around to there. Here the cylinder, dark on this side because the light hits it here, doesn't get round to the side. So also have a dark here because the cube is blocking that out. So when we're thinking of shape and form, we want to be at this stage as well, creating that 3D impact. So be able to draw a range of shapes in 3D using shading to create that 3D effect. So I would like you today to have a go. Now, I've included two things to start you off on your sheet. A sphere, like we showed in the example there. So use this sphere and have a go at turning it into a 3D sphere. I've also given you an apple. Can you make that look 3D using purely shading? Finally, draw an image of your own, something simple again, but then add shading to create that 3D effect. I'm really excited to see what you manage to produce with this. Good luck.